Hello guys, today I'm going to talk about my quarantine in China. And it's not just about my quarantine in China, it's about different things. First, I'm going to talk about how hard to come back to China. I came back to China last week from Australia, and I spent 15,000 Chinese kuai on buying air ticket. Usually it only cost me 2,000 kuai, so it's about 7 times more expensive to buy the air ticket than usual. I also had to apply for permit to travel overseas because Australian government doesn't allow its people to travel outside of Australia. There is a travel ban, international travel ban, and I have to apply for exemption. And also, it's very hard to get a Chinese visa. A lot of people want to travel, want to come back to China, but they cannot because they cannot get a Chinese visa. The Chinese consulate doesn't issue visa to most people at this timing. I am really lucky. I got my Chinese visa last month. That's why I'm in China now. I got an exemption from Australian government. I got a Chinese visa, and I spend a lot of money on buying ticket, and I spend a lot of money on taking the coronavirus test, because the airline doesn't allow you to, doesn't give me boarding pass if I don't have a coronavirus test 2 days before boarding. So I also did a coronavirus test in Australia, and I have to pay it for myself. Usually, if people take coronavirus test in Australia, the Australian government will pay for them. The people don't have to pay for it. But my purpose of taking the test is for international travel, and the Australian government doesn't pay for this purpose, so I have to pay it myself. And I have to take the test within 2 days before boarding the flight. So the timing was really important. And finally, I'm in China now. I'm in Xiamen, and I'm in a hotel. I have to take a 14 days quarantine in this hotel. The hotel is actually not very bad. It has very good scenery. It has very large window, and it has air conditioner. So I am very relieved to know that there is air conditioner available in the room. If there's no air conditioner, the room is gonna be really stuffy. I have two options after hotel quarantine. One of the options is go to Shanghai. The second option is go to Jiujiang. I was thinking about going to Jiujiang after hotel quarantine, but now I changed my mind. So even in different areas, in different provinces in China, the different provinces have different policies to people coming from foreign countries. In Shanghai, it's more relaxed. So after 14 days quarantine, the Shanghai government allowed me to stay at home for 7 days. So it means if I go to Shanghai after hotel quarantine, I have to keep staying at home for 7 days. And after 7 days in Shanghai, I will be free. And the Jiujiang government has a different policy. So Jiujiang government require people to stay at home for 14 days after 14 days quarantine. So which means if I go to Jiujiang, I have to stay at home in Jiujiang for 14 days after my hotel quarantine. So I don't want to go to Jiujiang this timing because I have to stay 14 days in Jiujiang, but I only need to stay 7 days in Shanghai after hotel quarantine. So I changed my mind. I decided to go to Shanghai instead of going to Jiujiang. Eventually I will go to Jiujiang, but not at this timing. I will go to Shanghai first. So this video is basically about talking about how hard to travel internationally how hard to travel outside of Australia, how hard to come into China, and how many days I have to quarantine myself in hotel and at home. So the minimum days I have to quarantine myself in China is 21 days. So 14 days in Xiamen in hotel quarantine, plus 7 days at home quarantine in Shanghai. And 21 days is the minimum days nowadays. If I go to Jiujiang, the quarantine days in total will be 28 days. So 14 days in Xiamen hotel quarantine plus 14 days in Jiujiang at home quarantine. Yeah. And yeah, it's really hard for me to travel outside of Australia at this timing. It's very hard. Yeah, so and I have to take 6 quarantine tests, 6 coronavirus tests during my quarantine days in China. And I have to take the temperature, how to say that word? Temperature test two times each day. So in the morning at 9 o'clock, the nurse will come to knock on the door to take my temperature, and in the afternoon the nurse will come again to knock the door to test to check my temperature, and they will also come to check to give me coronavirus test 6 times in total during my quarantine. Yeah, so that's what I have to go through. A lot of things I have to do before they set me free, because China is having the largest outbreak since Wuhan. The government is really strict. Yeah, I hope everything can be better, not just in China. I hope the whole world can be better soon in the near future, because this coronavirus caused too much mental stress and financial stress to so many people, and many people lost their lives, either directly or indirectly from coronavirus. Many families broken, and many people lost jobs. Many people cannot find jobs. Many people, have mental issue caused by this coronavirus. Yeah, the humankind is very fragile in some way. I hope everything can be better, and I pray everything can be better. I pray China and the whole world can be a better place, can get out of this disaster soon. Bye bye, guys.